Hey, what's up everybody? Holmes here and bringing you guys a Dark Souls 2 video. This question has been getting more and more frequent each day. So let me just make this video and answer all your questions. So, I get this question asked pretty much every day now. People are asking what weapon I'm using. What armor sets do I have? What are my stats? What are my rings? Stuff like that. So, and this is the character I use for all those boss guides, weapon guides, you know, like location guides. This is that character, and people are asking what are the stats on it. So, I am gonna answer that question today. Let's take a look at my weapons here, and I dual wield katanas. I use the Blacksteel katanas plus 10, so I have two of them. I do have a video of showing you guys how to obtain this, so if you guys are wondering how I got this, you can go look that up. Hunter's Blackbow. This is my setup. Hunter's Blackbow, so I can pull enemies from a distance. I don't really use this on my footages. Sometimes I do. Well, yeah, a couple of videos I do because those guys are a bitch. And I usually use arrows when there are a lot of people, like a lot of enemies around, and I'm trying to get this specific enemy down. So that's when the arrows come in. King's Shield, you can obtain this by killing Vendrick and use his soul for this shield on the weapon merchant NPC Ornifex. I use shields when it's a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1, especially in boss fights. If a boss has like a crazy combo, if the boss is really fast and it has a lot of combos and his attack, like the Lost Sinner, I'll use it because his attacks are pretty fast, and I don't know, when I fought it, it seems like its attacks has a bit of a delay, so it kind of screws with my dodging. So sometimes I use my shield against it. And another boss, for example, is like the 3 Sentinels. So after you defeat one, the second one's gonna be like, there's no second one because there is second and third, and they both come after you at once. So you can't just fight them all in one-on-one. So when that happens, I use my shield to block their attack and take some chip damage in here and there. So yeah, this is my weapon setup. My ring setups are Chloranthy ring, Royal Soldier's Royal Soldier's ring, Ring of Blades, sometimes the Stone Ring. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing a PvP, Invasion or Soapstone PvPs, you'll be human. So yeah, so you don't need the Ring of Bindings. And for duels, even if you're hollowed out, you enter a duel, they'll fill your HP to max. So I don't need a Ring of Bindings. If you're dealing with enemies, like PvE, player versus enemies, you could, well, I equip the Ring of Bindings. If I'm hollowed out, I use the Ring of Bindings so I can raise my HP to 85% instead of 50 if I die too much times. It's either 85 or 75, I don't really know. So yeah, those are the 2 rings. Sometimes I'll PvP with a red Tearstone ring too, so yeah. My equipments. Thief Mask, you can purchase this from an NPC in Earthen Peak. You cannot obtain it anywhere else. You can only purchase it from the guy. Manikin Top, you can kill the mannequins in Earthen Peak for this drop. Any mannequins, it doesn't have to be like a certain one or something. Any mannequins will drop top. They'll actually drop the whole set except for the head because you can just pick that up. Jester's glove. You can buy this from an Iron Keep NPC. He'll sell this to you. Black leather boots, same NPC as the NPC for the for the thief mask. So yeah, those are my equipment. Alright, let's jump into stats. Level 150, I've capped myself at 150. In all those videos that you guys see, like boss guides, weapon guides, you know, stuff like that, I have been 150 already. So yeah, I might have changed something up here in the attributes. And let's jump into the attributes. The vigor or vigor, whatever. I got 20 on that, so I can have a bit more HP when I do PvP or PvE. Endurance, I decided to cap it at 40 because the more stats you have on like one attribute, the lower it scales. That's the way I see it, because when you have 10 and you raise it to like 15, the stamina boosts up a lot. But as time goes by, you have example like 70, and you add it to like 80, you barely get any stamina. So yeah, it doesn't really like scale as much anymore the higher it goes. Vitality, I have 14, so I can boost my equipment load. Equipment load will kind of determine your rolling speed, I guess, kind of, because I kind of see a difference when you roll naked and when you have armor on. And make sure your load is below 70% if you want a good roll. After 70%, you're gonna have a fat roll. So like you roll and then your body's gonna slam into the ground like poof, stuff like that. Yeah, you can see the percentage on the bottom right corner there. And mine's at 49.9%. So yeah, that's the vitality. Attunement, I don't add any of this. This is default because I don't cast, and I have a ring that gives you 3 attunements, so I don't really need this. And I don't really cast with spells or anything. The only like magic things I use is pyromancy. The magical spells I use is pyromancy. And that's only for one boss fight, and it's because that boss fight was really annoying. And it's really difficult to beat with pure melee, so I decided to use it. It was the Dark Lurker. Strength, I have 21. I need 21 strength in order to power stance my my katanas. Not twin katanas. Well, kind of, because they are the same. But yeah, my dual katanas, I need this to power stance it. I'll get more into details about how to power stance in a bit. Dexterity, I decided to cap it at 50 because I didn't really know what to spend it on, like spend the rest 10 attributes on. Probably I could probably put it in Vigor here. I might do that. Seems like a good deal to do. Adaptability, I capped it at 40. What adaptability does is, in my personal experience and my own opinion, now I'm not saying this is true, okay, it's just the way I feel. The more adaptability you have, it seems like the more invincibility frame when you dodge, you'll get more invincibility frame. So because I tried fighting bosses with the default adaptability before, and it seems like sometimes when I dodge I still take the damage. But when I raised up my adaptability, it seems like the dodges are more efficient. So like when I dodge, it dodges. I don't take any hits during the dodge. So I don't know. That's the way I see it. Yeah. And one more thing about adaptability, it makes your character react faster. For me, it feels like when I heal, I'll heal faster, and when I dodge, I'll dodge faster. Stuff like that, you know. Because it does raise your agility. Anyways, Intelligence, I left it at default because I don't cast. Faith, I left it at default because I don't cast. So yeah, that's my stats. Now, power stats. Depends on what weapon you're using. For example, my Blacksteel Katanas, they require 14 strength and 25 dex. So the way to figure out how much stats you need to power stats for these weapons are, you're gonna need to multiply 1.5. You're gonna multiply the number that you have right here with 1.5 to get the stats you need to dual wield, and I remember that now. That's why my dex is 50, because I don't want to leave it at like 40 something, and simply because I can't put at 40 because I won't be able to enter power stats for this. So yeah, it depends on what weapons you use. And power stats, it's when you have two weapons in the same category. So these two are katanas, so they're in the katana category. So if I try to wield a great sword with this, I won't be able to enter power stats. And power stats will look like this. You have to hold triangle for the PS3. I don't know about Xbox because I don't have one. It's the top button, I believe, for the Xbox too. I'm not sure. But when you hold triangle, this happens, and you're in power stats. Let me just skip to a part where there's enemies, so I can perform how power stats work and what's the difference between one-handing a weapon and two-handing a weapon and power stats. So yeah, let me get into that. Alright, so now we're in an area with enemies. This is the Iron Keep, and first off, I'm going to be showing you guys the one-handing technique. One-handing technique, when you one-hand a weapon, it's useful when you get into when you fight mods and everything. Yeah, it's not really useful in one-on-ones, but yeah, you guys can see a difference here. As long as I don't die during this fight here. See how it does 249 damage? 249. Yeah, one-handing it is not that strong. But as you guys can see, the damage differences. So that's one-handing the sword. Now, one-handing is best to do in mob controls or boss fights that has a lot of enemies ganking on you, stuff like that. That's where one-handing the weapon comes into play. Two-handing the weapon, people ask me what's the difference between two-handing and dual wielding your katanas. So I am gonna get into details about that right now. Alright, so in this clip we're gonna be two-handing our weapons, and let's see the differences when we two-hand our weapon. Just aggro this guy over here again. As you guys can see, it's $2.99 instead of $2.49 or something. It's now $2.99. Oh, nope. Only 161 happened because I was too far away. It depends on the distance you have between you and the monster or enemy you're fighting. So the max amount of damage two-handing can do is, for this guy, it's, yeah, $2.99, right? I just suddenly forgot it. Yeah, as you guys can see, two-handing, when you swing, it costs more stamina than one-handing your weapon. One-hand swing and two-hand swing. Two hands cost more stamina than one hand. And people ask me what's the difference between two-handing and dual wielding. So let's show you guys what the difference is. Alright, so in this clip I'm gonna be dual wielding my weapons. When you dual wield, you're gonna have to press L1 instead of R1, because L1 is gonna put both of your weapons into play. If you press R1, you're just gonna be doing a regular attack. Alright, so L1, not R1. And Mr. Experiment guy, so as you guys can see clearly right there, it does way more damage. But also, if you take a look at my stamina, it takes away more stamina than two-handing my weapon or one-handing my weapon. So there's a big difference right there. If you guys want to dual wield, you'll sacrifice more stamina for your attacks, but you'll gain greater damage when you do land a hit. It also depends on what weapons you use and how upgraded they are. Both of my katanas are both plus 10, so even that, both of them couldn't pull off its full maximum damage, because one katana can do. Oh wait, actually, it did pull off the maximum damage. I got it mixed up there. Sorry. Yeah, it depends on how upgraded they are. If one's plus 10 and other one's only plus 5, you're not gonna do twice as much damage as you will with the one that's plus 10. So keep that in mind. And also, you lose more stamina when you fight in dual wielding, because your swings take more takes more stamina to perform. I don't really have a personal favorite of dual wielding and two-handing my weapon. It depends on the situation. If the boss is too fast, if it has like fast movement or something, I'll most likely take it on with two-handing my weapon. If the boss has an okay speed and I can deal damage with dual wielding and can get away with it, then I'll dual wield. So I don't have like a personal favorite of what I use the most. Well, actually, I do use dual wielding a lot. So, but it depends on the situations. I do sometimes use two-handing attacks. So, yeah. And how I started dual wielding, it's back in Demon Souls. Yeah, I dual wielding before I started dual wielding before Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2 comes out, or even came out, I should say, not comes out. Yeah, Demon Souls I just dual wield because it looked cool. Okay, I didn't dual wield because how strong it is and stuff. I just dual wield because it looks cool. That's how I started dual wielding, and Dark Souls I dual wielded even more. And then Dark Souls 2, they came out with this power stance thing, and I was like, oh man, this looks awesome. I can finally use both of my katanas at the same time. So yeah, that's how I started dual wielding. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna cover it for my build and my opinions on dual wielding and one-handing and two-handing my weapons. So yeah, anyways, I hope this video has answered your questions. If you got any more questions that I wasn't clear about on this video, I didn't answer your question or on this video or what, you guys can leave it in the comment and I'll get back to you guys on that. Alright, so yeah, I'll catch you guys next time when I do more Dark Souls 2 guides. I'll see you guys then. Holmes out.